back to
the Zak
and Buzz
Review.
And this week we are going to Gladiators Heat 4.
Heat 4.
What do you think of this week?
Yeah, what do you think, Glad fans?
I really enjoyed it, actually.
It was another good one. It had its high points and it
Yes.
had its kind of points.
Yeah,
okay?
I think definitely the one thing I took from it was the fact that they improved gauntlets.
Yeah.
They actually had a really good run on gauntlet, at least for the men's tournament.
Men's gauntlet was good. Ladies, a little bit lackluster on there again, but you know, what can you say? They really think it needs an extra zone.
Extra zone, yeah, or at least space them out a tiny bit more just to kind of
Either
prolong it a tiny bit
elongate
more.
the 4 zones or give them an extra.
So, who did we have contenders this week?
We had Matt, and we had
Chung,
and we had Sharon
and Nia.
That's it.
So, what did you think?
Well, yeah, overall was good. I think Chung is going to give the original Finley a run for his money.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I thought that the other guy was going to take it, but then it proved that he lost it on the eliminator, especially when he jumped down on that cargo net.
Yeah, initially,
And then Sharon, I thought she was going to do it, and then Nia took it. She clinched it on that final
Okay, so yeah,
swing.
as you say, Matt, he was behind on the points anyway on the start of that, but they kind of like caught up, didn't they?
Yeah.
But then he just flunked it on the cargo net.
Yeah, he went down. He went down hard.
But Sharon, she did really well, but she kind of like kept stopping for a fraction of a moment
to catch her breath.
Catch her breath, to focus, which it
and she was losing that advantage.
And it got to the travelator, and of course I think she just hung around just a second or two too much.
And that's all
because they were like level pegging up that travelator, and then there was just that tiny little trip at the top for her, bless her.
Yeah.
But it was a really close run one, and the ladies one, it was like had us on edge, and again. Mum, who was in there all the way through, she's getting every week. She gets more and more into it. So she's going, "Come on!" that
was extremely.
And
funny.
It was taking me back to the 90s because
it does have that feel.
Because me and your mother, or should I say, your mother and I, used to love Gladiators, as I've said before. And so it's every week as we're getting more and more into this new season, the new series, it is bringing those vibes back.
Did you ever apply to go on Gladiators?
No. Well, as I say, I said it before. I would love to have been a contender, but at the time, lots of things going on.
Yeah, because you applied to be on Crystal Maze, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on the Crystal Maze. I went through to the final round on that one.
Unfortunately,
I fell ill.
Oh.
I fell ill and I didn't get through because I was just absolutely sick as a dog.
And now here we are, many years later, doing a review of Gladiators.
Exactly. But in the meantime, I've been on so many movies and things, I don't need to talk about that.
So
let's get on
what
to this
events did we have? First one, Powerball.
I love Powerball. And there was in the ladies one, when it happened, I said, I don't know if she got that score. You know?
Yeah, that was the first point of contention. I think it was on the Nia.
It was Nia because she was tackled.
But kept the ball up in the air.
Now, I didn't know it was a thing.
And then got released and then put it into the pod.
I honestly didn't think it was a case of the ball had to touch the floor. I just felt it was like, if you've been tackled you've been
sufficiently.
But
and the ruling was that tackle wasn't complete, therefore it was okay.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, it just
a point of contention.
Yeah, but I still think the refs dealt with it okay.
Yeah, and they addressed it. They didn't like.
The gents one again. The Gladiators so hard hitting. You know, they were slam dunking.
That Legend's reaction. I mean, I don't think he even really got stuck in that much. It was Apollo and I can't remember who the other guy was.
Gosh, Phantom, was it Phantom? Oh, God.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They performed well.
Yeah.
They really slam dunked the male contenders. And then we went on to I think it was my favourite one, which is Hang Tough.
It was.
But on the ladies. Well, Legend firstly, he took out his contender.
That was Matt.
Yeah, they took him out really quite
good and proper.
I honestly thought, stick your arm up in the air. So I thought when I come in, it's that old lock through.
Yeah,
this way,
that's your technique.
And then pull your weight down on their shoulders would take them off. But Legend just did it with his legs. Bam, bam, bam.
And then Chung put up quite a fight against Nitro, which I really enjoyed.
Nitro, this week, again, awesome guy.
But
we love you, Nitro.
Unfortunately, Chung was so light, he basically bounced off of Nitro and then fell off.
However, at last we had a comet on the rings. And she persevered, and she won her round.
Bit tentative, but she did it.
She
won fair and square.
And she actually came into the arena. She did a cartwheel.
That was the first time we actually saw her do an intro in all 4 episodes so far.
As a gymnast, it was like, yay, we're getting a bit back to the jet and the lightning, and there's nothing wrong with having another gymnast doing a bit of showmanship.
But then we had Sharon against Dynamite. Now I thought that was an interesting.
Dynamite last
lineup.
week proved her, because she was a bit iffy on the what's the other Powerball type one. The ring, and and people on social media were saying, she didn't perform very well. But then on the pugil stick, the duel, she did really well last week. And proved herself, and it was and she came to the rings, and she got stuck.
She was
just swing from side to side.
It was the fact that Sharon looked like she was stronger, naturally stronger than Dynamite.
Well, she said she wanted to be a gladiator.
When she got on, I wouldn't think that she would be able to shake her off.
Yeah, no, they got stuck apart.
Exactly, but I'm just saying if they did get that far.
Yeah, but she just got herself in the zone, and Dynamite was just swinging. Yeah. Side to side with no forward momentum.
Whereas Sharon got stuck, but then couldn't go on.
They kind of need to develop back in the 90s, and obviously you've seen some of those. It's the swing, but it's also both Jet and Lightning, who's the Queen of the Rings, used to bring their hips up and legs out, sort of bring their my arms. Bring them out.
Wow, and they look like legs.
And they used.
We've got a comment to talk about biceps, by the way.
We've got biceps. So, but they used to bring their hips up, legs out, rather than just dangling, and kind of do the snake hips. And it kind of got the momentum both sideways and forwards, because they put their hips into it. And I think that's kind of what they need to just get that knack of moving.
I did like the comment when one of them said, I think it was Comet, that said, I want to have that in my back garden.
Yeah, because I said right from the beginning, guys, you heard it here, I said that I felt that Comet, even though we hadn't seen her on the rings, that would be her going.
And she was good. She did it.
I believe she will be Queen of the Rings as soon as they find that zone. And she can literally move her way across there any direction she wants. Then she'll nail every single contender.
So what was it after Hang Tough?
Oh, well, we've had
the wall. It was the wall.
Yeah,
that was interesting. Overall, everyone got to the top, and I was really surprised by that.
But Diamond got angry, didn't she?
She did. Because she pulled off one of the contenders' shoes.
And sock. That's it. I went. Bradley said, "Shoe," but but you could just see it in her face,
Damn, should have got there.
But I love again. They had the locker room bit, and the girls this week. The female gladiators were really rocking in there. It's good on them.
And of course, you had Nitro on the wall as well.
Yeah, actually, Nitro. He really
climbed.
Did you see that?
Well.
We watched it once. We haven't gone back and rewatched it, but it looked to me as if he literally went up that wall using just his arms.
Just those shoulders, man. Those shoulders.
His shoulders are so built.
We've said that time and time before.
I mean, I'd love to have shoulder muscles as big as him up here.
Do you see him as a role model?
As somebody who is really full of energy, focused. Happy.
I love his energy.
Yeah, he's so positive. Yeah, he's a bit of a role model. I just love his approach. But he's just he literally mullered that wall. Unfortunately,
Chung
was
the ballerina.
He was faster. He was up like a rat up a drain pipe.
Yeah, that's very true. So true.
And that was good.
And then after that, what was it? It was Duel. It was Duel.
So
we had Giant again.
Giant.
God love Giant.
But it was Phantom that really pulled it out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2 seconds.
On Chung, yeah.
Was up at 2 seconds. Wow.
But then going
to the
ladies one, that was the thing to write home about.
Oh yes, Sharon. Oh no, it was my balance. I just lost my balance.
So see the replay on that.
Yeah,
sure it was your balance. Yeah, I think you should
just after the headshot.
I think you should get married to Legend. You'll lie together quite well.
Yes. So wow, it was the backhander, wasn't it? Yeah. Who was she against on the duel?
She was against Fury.
Fury. Oh, that's it. Now it becomes Mum's.
Was it Fury or Sabre? It was one of the two.
I don't think it was. Was it Sabre?
Sabre went on first,
right?
And she went up against Nia. and then I think Sharon went up against Fury.
And she just gave her this massive backhander.
That was fun, and the fall was rather spectacular.
Yeah, that was a good session. So all in all, brilliant.
Last event, duel. Then it was the gauntlet, and we've already talked about it.
Yeah, gauntlet. But really what we haven't spoken about.
Yeah.
Is we are absolutely loving these kind of stats that come up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, guys, I don't know what you like. I kind of get a bit at this present moment.
Yeah.
I get too focused on looking at the Gladiator.
Yeah.
You know,
with all the posing.
It's the posing and everything, and then I miss the stats. But then
they pop up only briefly.
But you draw my attention to them.
You got the bicep and then the height.
Well, last week it was things like, you know, they've got a
legend
a
has
wingspan
of
an ostrich. And there was another one that was a vulture.
A vulture.
And what do we have?
This one we had, I think it was for fire, she can like squat the same weight as Phantom.
Yeah, or she can pick up Phantom. She
can pick up Phantom.
She can squat lift Phantom, and of course Giant has got his biceps.
His biceps are the size of American football.
I mean, this is brilliant.
And then we had Bionic, whose favourite smell
was the smell of victory.
And that was really funny.
And I'm thinking, there's obviously somebody in an office somewhere who's going, right, let's come up with some fun stats.
Some really funny stats. Yeah.
Can we just like...
Is there like a questionnaire they have to fill out?
Exactly.
Or is it just randomly
what kind
generated?
of animals, things in the world, you know, he can, you know, I don't know.
What weighs this much?
He can run as fast as an aardvark. You know?
I think one of them was like, I could run 100
meters in
it would be 11 seconds.
It would be Nitro can jump 20 aardvarks or something.
Mate,
you know, it's like we actually find them hilariously funny.
I don't suppose we're ever going to see these things actually tested in the program.
No.
That would be funny.
Looking to the future, it'd be really interesting. I kind of think now we're at the fourth, you know, one of the shows. I think we've kind of seen the format now for the series.
Yeah.
But
I think it's going to just slowly like mould and sculpt itself into being, hopefully, very regular Saturday night entertainment.
Yeah, and I really liked it back in the 90s when the Gladiators used to go off and go like abroad or do these little sit-down, tiny little bits of, PMA, positive mental attitude chats to the audience.
Yeah.
And I think I'd like to see that coming back in further.
I mean, I really look forward to when they become like guests on GladPod and things.
Yeah, good old GladPod with Paul. Bless him.
Yeah, because the
producer Paul.
The rejuvenated series can only be a good thing for that podcast.
Yeah, I mean, people like producer Paul, bless him. You know, he was a kid. Yeah, I was an adult back then. You weren't around back then. He was a kid. He was going to the arenas and meeting the Gladiators, and of course now he has Jet on the Glad Pod and things like that, and that's fantastic. But there is a whole new, ground swelling of new fans that weren't around in the 90s.
And how many times
these kids are now getting into it?
How many times have we seen like the contenders coming in this time round saying that they really enjoyed the Gladiators in the 90s and they came to the schools or whatever and now they're inspired to go on the show.
And for me that was the thing. There are very, very few programs around these days that encourage the kids especially, and I've said it before, adults just as equally, but to get the kids out there and want to be fit and want to have these role models, you have the football and
of course the competition.
This is Saturday night showmanship, entertainment, and it isn't easy stuff. I know there's the people out there that kind of like go, it's Gladiators, whatever.
It wasn't what it was, but it's what it is now.
Yeah, Matt had a bleeding mouth. You know?
It's probably.
They're not messing about. Yeah, it's glamorous, it's glitzy. They got the costumes. They're like buff and everything.
But it's fun.
But they also hit them
pressing.
hard.
It's pressing.
It is a real challenge.
A test.
And for the kids to see that, and for the kids to want to achieve that. I think that's a fantastic thing.
I think now we've had quite a good range of things on Gladiators. Would you say this has been your favourite episode so far?
I think each one has been getting better and better I'm just loving the whole thing because we're now feeling as if we're getting really into it.
Yeah.
You know,
we're looking forward to the next week.
When we first watched the first episode, it was really like nerve-wracking. You know, is this gonna just nosedive straight away?
Well, that was the Sky one,
and it was just like blew us away on the first one. You know, things like keeping the original Gladiators music.
Bradley Walsh and his son.
Yeah,
they're really doing really good.
They are doing well. You know, they're good
presenters. They're good fun.
So you know, all in all, yet another fantastic heat.
Yes, well, we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews you'd like to see.
Yeah, see you again, Glad fans, for Heat 5
on Gladiators.
Gladiators.